Right, so we have got this Renault Trafic in from the guys over at Flownetics. They've been on the phone saying, Dan, need you have to look at our van. We've got an engine light coming on, which I think he said was a check injection light. So let's go and have a look to see what we've got with this one. These boys are the plumbers. So what we're going to do, we've got the diagnostic plugged in, but let's just concentrate on if we do get something come up on this dashboard here. So let's start it up. Just to confirm the fault, have we got the fault? There we go. So we can see here we've got a check injection light. So we can confirm that we have got that fault code. Quite a few faults in here on the scan, but the main one I want to concentrate on is the injection side of the fault codes. So let's quickly go into that side. I'm going to quickly read these fault codes. And right, okay, so we've got a memory fault code, which I'm not too worried about. Right, so we've got two options here, potentially. I would say more likely to be the preheating unit, either the glow plug relay or potentially the glow plugs themselves. We will also check the vacuum from the solenoid to the boost pressure sensor, which we do get quite a bit of. But my money is on potentially the preheating, because as this normally when you get a fault code with the boost, that will happen when you're driving along, it will come up. This doesn't do that. As soon as you turn the ignition on, the fault appears for the check injection, which would normally be linked to the glow plugs. You don't normally get this because with this boost pressure situation, you'll turn the engine off, turn it back on again, and it will reset. So I don't think we're going to be starting off trying to solve this situation with this. We will look at the preheating of the glow plugs and the actual glow plugs themselves. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, guys. So with anything glow plug module relay on the Trafics, on the Fiats and bits and pieces, this is where the glow plug module relay sits. So what we need to do to test this, we are going to remove a glow plug lead from the glow plug. We're going to stick a multimeter in there. We're going to ground out the negative, and we are going to, I'll show you in here. Let's do it live, everybody. So let's take the glow plug lead off the glow plug. There we go. So that is your first option. Then what we're going to do with the multimeter on voltage, DC voltage, you can see on here, I've connected up the negative to the battery. I think you can get away with grounding it on somewhere like there. Now what I'm going to do with the diagnostics, I'm going to activate on the active test. We're going to activate that module, which is the preheater relay. I know you're not going to be able to see it very well, but so what we're going to do, I'm going to activate it, and what we want to do is look on there. If you can probably get both shots in the camera there. So if you hold it on there, you'll be able to see both in there, yeah? So when I activate it, that should go to about 2.8, 2.9 volts. So we're going to go all data. And then we're going to go down to, there we go, preheating relay control. So that should, if that relay is working, I should see about 2.8, 2.9 volts. So let's activate it. There we go, 2.8, and then it will drop straight off. So we know, guys, that the preheater relay control is working because I can activate it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go onto the multimeter, and we are going to set the settings to resistance, and we are going to check the resistance of each glow plug to make sure we should, you know, I think a good glow plug should be fairly low resistance. Shouldn't really see any more than sort of 1.2 in the resistance. I would expect them to be between 0.8, 0.9, somewhere around there. So let's take these off. We'll check the resistance of each glow plug to see if we've got a glow plug out. If we've got a glow plug out, nice easy fix. That solves the injection. Then we can get this van back to them. So all we're going to do now, we've set the multimeter up into ohms. I've put the negative cable to the ground on the engine, and all we're going to do with the positive, we're just going to stick it on the end of the glow plug, and hopefully we should have a measurement of less than 1 ohm, I would say, if it's a good one. So what have we got? There we go. So we have got 0.7, 0.6. So we know that that glow plug is absolutely fine. So what we now need to do, because we know that we've tested that module, and that module is sending the voltage down to the glow plugs to operate, I now need to painfully do each one. Wouldn't it have been nice if it had been that one at the end? Now I've got to potentially, for this one right here, take this out, move this out of the way just to get on these glow plugs. But very, very common on these vans, and so many people miss it. I've seen people replacing relays. I wouldn't even be surprised, the fact that we've got 2 fault codes, whether someone would have potentially have changed the boost solenoid as well, you know, just without testing it. So that is the second glow plug, and we are sitting at 0.6, 0.7. So that's 2 down, 2 more to go. Okay, so trying to get onto the other 2. I managed to do 1 and 2, but the easiest way to do this, guys, is to take this coolant pot out of the way. Look what it's, you know, take the pipe off the end here, the black plastic bit, so you don't snap it off. And then it's just a case of pushing this in, sliding it sideways and moving it to the side. Now this has given me access to the last 2 glow plugs on here. Bit of a piddly fiddly thing to do, but let's have a look. So we've had 2 tested so far, both around 0.8, 0.7. So let's see what resistance we've got on this next one. And it's not easy to get on, if I'm being absolutely honest. I can just about see it. Right, let's see what we have got on here. Well, there we go, guys. Look at the resistance of that glow plug. Did you see that before it went off? There you go. So we know we've got a glow plug out there, because we've got high resistance, in fact 20 times the resistance. So let's get the other one tested. But there you go. So we know we've got at least 1 glow plug out. What do you reckon then on this last one? Do you reckon we've got another one? So we're on the last one, and it is very difficult to get out of here. So my tip for this is, if you undo the plug off the sensor here and just move that to the side, then you've got more access to be able to pull this out. And the funny thing is, there's another tip of mine that I've been doing, is I have this trim tool. And what I tend to do is get it into position and just pop it with a trim tool. As long as you keep it level, you can get these. Look at that, absolutely spot on for this sort of stuff. Like this one here, look, you can get on it and just pull it out, nice and easy. So let's test this one. So we've now got this one off. We know that we've definitely got 1. I'm assuming we're going to have 2 out, because I have seen these vans previously with 1 out and it doesn't throw a fault code. So I have seen these with 1 down and it hasn't done it. 2 normally will throw the light on, but let's see if I'm wrong. So see if we can get down here. I know it's a bit of a pain. What does the multimeter say? Oh, wow. Look at that. So the other one was 20 times out. This one's 11 times the resistance. So there we go, guys. We know we have got 2 glow plugs out. Now, nobody's going to do 2 glow plugs. You're always going to say to the customer, do the 4. We know it's done. And then what we'll do, we'll plug into it and see where we are. We'll quickly have a check at that turbo boost solenoid to make sure it's creating vacuum, but that'll be a separate video. We'll concentrate on this fault that we've got in here, which so far, we've tested the glow plug module. We've tested the first 2 glow plugs and they were fine. The second 2 glow plugs, which to be honest, are the hard ones to get to, are the ones that are so far causing us the most resistance. So we'll get these 4 swapped out and let's see if I'm right. Right, people, so what we're going to be using are these wobbly sockets. It's a 10mm on these, and what this will do, this will allow you a little bit more angle to get in on them, because they're not that you can just about see the very tops of them. And yeah, not a nice situation, but what is good with these Milwaukee extensions is you can adjust the head angle so you can get it to straight. So let's see if we can get this one out. If you notice any resistance trying to undo it, then work it forwards before coming backwards. So what I will do is I'll go forward, then I'll do it a little bit forward, and I'll go back until I feel that it's going to come out without breaking. That's it. Because I've squirted it as well with a bit of WD, these will now come out. We've ordered 4 glow plugs. They are on the shelf. They will be with us in the morning, so hopefully it's not raining. We'll get those in. I wanted to get these out tonight because the engine is warm. Always a great bit of advice there. A little bit of warmth does make a difference. Make sure you use the lube. These are fantastic. They're not expensive, but these really do make a difference when you're trying to get these out, guys. Right, well, this is coming out now. Look at the state of that. Here's an NGK though, but that resistance value on that was 10 times what it should be. So we'll get these in the morning. We'll start it up. You can see exactly whether I was right or whether I was wrong. So this is the last glow plug now going in. We do use the NGK. What's really interesting, let's have a look down here. So this is obviously the timing belt side. Look how bad that is. That's the one nearest the right-hand side or the left-hand side if you're sitting in the vehicle. But that was in order of how difficult they were to get out. This was the easiest moving that way. But look at the state of that. So we'll get this last one in, and then we'll see if we lose that check injection fault code on the dash, and then we're good to go. Is always the worst one to do. So we've got to try and position it where we think, and then we'll use the mirror to guide it into where the hole is. And yeah, right, so we're in 18 Newton meters. So make sure that you don't over tighten these, and make sure you try and get as straight as you can on these so you don't snap them. So 18 Newton meters for these. Nice and easy. That's it. Now we've got to try and get the plug back on. And then once I get the plug on, we'll start this up and see if I was right or wrong. Right, so that is now in. Just going to stick this coolant bottle back on. And all that does is, that just safety catch there, locks that in place. And this just sits here with the tab. So the tab sits behind here. This is just a locker. And then you move it sideways. And then don't forget to stick this pipe back on. If you've lost any coolant, make sure you refill the bottle. So, moment of truth time. A check injection light, or will we have cured this situation? Right, come and have a look. I'll put the ignition on. Ready? Are you ready for this? Moment of truth. Was I right or was I wrong? Oh yes. There we go, guys. So is this one of them I have to... There you go. And that is the Renault Trafic codes done, guys. So another one done. Funniest thing ever. This morning I had exactly the same van come in with exactly the same fault code. So guess what, guys? I'll be doing the same process on this as I will on that, and I guarantee you it'll be exactly the same problem. So we're going to jump on that one next. But guys, if you enjoy these videos, it takes 2 seconds to like, it takes 2 seconds to share if you enjoy it and someone else can take something from it. And if pop over to our YouTube channel and subscribe, it would help us more than you know, and we can continue to bring you videos like this. So I'll catch you on the next one, guys.